Here we go now.
Guys, welcome back to the Kempire channel, your number one source for pop culture news in music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. I know it wasn't a planned live, but we've been doing a lot more, just trying to cover a lot of the hot topics that are out there that we don't get to do in separate videos. The separate videos where, it's 8 minutes, 10 minutes will be returning. But as you know, there's been a lot of things happening in the news. If you missed it, we were live earlier covering some hot topics in regards to what happened in New Orleans. We talked about Real Housewives of New Jersey star Jennifer Aydin. I have an update in regards to that story because now one of the Jersey Mike workers are speaking out. I just want to give you the heads up. There's some language that's not suitable for children, or if you don't like foul language, I'm just giving you a heads up, okay? All right. We also talked about some other stuff, but of course, I have a Diddy update. I have a Jay-Z update, and it's not exactly what a lot of people, they'll read a headline and they jump to conclusions. It's not what you think it is, but we're going to cover that. We're going to talk a little bit about that, okay? Shout out to everyone that's already in the live chat. As always, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to share the video. Sharing is caring. And don't forget, you can hear an audio version of our live recaps on the Kempire podcast. Subscribe today on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. While you're there, don't forget to give us a 5-star rating. All right. Also, guys, don't forget to let us know where you're watching from. Happy New Year for those that may have not been a part of any of our lives. I know some people are traveling today, getting back home from the holidays. So, and a lot of you are saying that you're catching up on all the videos that you may have missed, because although it was the holidays, we were live quite a few times. There was a lot of videos that came out, a lot of podcast episodes that came out. So if you missed it, this will be your time. I know tomorrow's Friday. Can you believe that? Where did the week go? All right. Before we get into the mess, I want to start off with some good stuff. I loved this moment between Ciara and Summer Walker because Summer Walker reveals that Ciara is a girl's girl. Ciara actually helped her because you remember there was a point when Summer Walker was being extra messy on social media when it came to her baby daddy. So apparently Ciara was a friend and reached out to her and said, girl, don't do it anymore. She gave her, do what Beyonce does. Don't crash out over the internet over some man or any drama. So I thought this was an important story because, there's so much bad stuff. And yesterday we did a live talking about the highs and lows of 2024, but there were some highs that we covered as well. And I want to start off this live mix bag of hot topics with some good news. And I thought this was really, really, really nice. Take a look at what Summer Walker had to say to Ciara.
So how me and you met, I just want to shout out the big sister, the big mentor that you are. You really, truly are a girl's girl. If anyone ever had to wonder, I was crashing out down bad about my baby daddy. You know how I used to be on the internet. I'm demure now. I don't do it no more because of you.
Oh, sweet.
But you called me, you reached out, and you was like, girl, no. Don't act like that. Don't do all that. What, God will take care of everything in the end, and you just focus on your career and being a great mom. And I just wanted to say I appreciate that. I'll never forget it because, girl, to keep crashing out, gotta cut it out. So thank you.
Oh, I appreciate you, and that's so sweet. And I'm always going to be here for you.
Thank you.
Whenever you call. Like I always tell you, like when we wrapped, on set, and I wanted to make sure I was celebrating you because I think we need to celebrate each other, and I think especially in times now more than ever, and this has kind of always been the statement now more than ever, we need each other.
We do.
Yeah. Come on now. I thought that was really nice. I didn't even know that these two, people knew each other like that to be reaching out and whatnot. So I love that. And she definitely, Summer Walker definitely needed that. And you remember when Summer Walker got into this business, first of all, she's very young, but when she got into the business, she was even younger. And she's been through a lot, okay? She's been through a lot when it comes to her relationship stuff. And I'm glad that she got that advice, and I'm glad that Ciara did that for her. And Ciara does always seem like a girl's girl. You see her road dogs that she rolls with, Kelly Rowland, Lala, Kim Kardashian. All of them seem really, really tight, and they have each other's back. God only knows what that group text is like. Can you imagine? But I always get sisterhood from all of them. In regards to, they always have each other's back. And it's nice to know that Summer Walker, who has been open about her mental health struggles and things like that, I'm glad that she has someone in the business, because the business, especially when it comes to women, will always try and pit them against each other. And I love that Ciara did that. And that's why Ciara is so blessed in her life, is because of the energy she puts out there. I'm happy for Ciara. Ciara, they're predicting that you're going to have another baby. It's up to you if you want to. Your body, your choice. But damn, she just had one. Leave Ciara alone, Russell. Look, Russell. Anyways, do what y'all want. Do what y'all want. But I thought that was a good way to start tonight's live in regards to some good news and some advice. And honestly, the advice that Ciara gave to Summer Walker, some of y'all, not us, but some of you that crashed out on the internet over your exes, I know that the world is not reporting on it. However, some of y'all are crashing out in front of the world about these exes that are not worth it. And I know some of you probably want, maybe it feels better for you in order to blast your ex on social media. But please understand, a lot of us are, I know we say that we listen and we don't judge. No, we are judging. So please stop going to the internet with your relationship drama. Because to be honest with you, a lot of people are watching it and being humored by it, as opposed to being supportive of you. Just saying. 2025, all right, we're going to start off the year with some lessons of what not to do. Okay? And if you ever see me crashing out, please someone reach out to me and give me this advice. I just don't see me doing that. Sorry. There's been so many things that have happened in my life that could have been worth going to the social media with that I have never gone to social media with. So I highly doubt, but you never know. I might be crashing out. Mr. Miller, I love you. Just saying. Okay. Ken says, 2025, we judging. I'm just saying, over here, we've decided that we will judge you. We will judge you. Okay? All right. All right. Moving along. Speaking of judging someone. So earlier today, we did a live covering some hot topics in reality TV and pop culture. And we shared with you some video footage of Jennifer Aydin from Real Housewives of New Jersey. Some of you don't even know who she is, even though she wanted to tell everyone that she is a celebrity. So she apparently went to Jersey Mike's the other day. And apparently she didn't love the service. Yesterday she went. It was New Year's Day. She didn't love the service. So she was blasting the workers. She was blasting other people that were there. Well, now one of the workers are blasting her on TikTok. We're going to get to that video, but I want to remind you of what Jennifer Aydin, just a little bit, I'm not going to show you everything, what she's posted on social media, thinking that people, I guess, were going to support her in her caring behavior.
Okay, so we're like so mad right now. We were online for Jersey Mike's for like what felt like forever. Yes. And then finally when it came time to taking our order, they took our order. And then they took the lady's order that was after me, but they fulfilled her order first somehow, made us wait. Okay, whatever. And the 80-year-old that was working there, I mean, The amount of time she took to cut that bread was almost as much as we were waiting on that line. Gee.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Oh my gosh, everything was slow, so we're not complaining. We get it. It's early in the morning. You're in a bad mood. It's New Year's. You're working. I'd be pissed too.
No, and I'm talking, and Jen's like, I don't think she can hear you, babe.
Yeah, no, she couldn't hear.
And she's like, no, I heard you. And
right.
Just like,
and then whatever, she fulfilled the woman after us first. And then when we were like, where's our order? She was like, you have to wait your turn. I was like, but we were in front of her. And then she was like, oh, okay, whatever. So as she's making my sandwich, I add a tuna sandwich for Jacob. And she's like, you're going to make a sandwich. I add a tuna sandwich for Jacob. And she's like, you're going to have to wait online again. And I was like, are you kidding me? And then I asked the guy behind me, do you care if I just add a turkey sandwich for my son? He's like, I mean, it's kind of ridiculous.
And the whole time he's thinking it's ridiculous that they're asking her to add another sandwich to the order, which shouldn't have been a big deal to begin with.
Yeah, no, he was being a hater. He thought it was ridiculous that I was adding another sandwich because he knew it was going to take another 10 hours to fulfill and he was going to have to wait longer. And he was a freaking jerk. So I started recording them. I started recording the girls, what they were doing, and they turned around and he's like, you put that, I'm going to sue you with you and your fake diamonds. Fake diamonds, bitch. What, you don't know? You better ask somebody. Please, that loser. Find me, asshole.
Thank you so much, sir.
So you see that young lady there, for those that are watching this on YouTube, you see the young lady there. She took to her Instagram, and again, I'm just going to warn you about the language. She took to her Instagram to tell her side of the story because Jennifer Aydin, in other video posts that she posted on her Instagram, she slammed the workers as well, not only the customers that were also waiting for a long time for their food, which is fine. Things happen. It's New Year's Day. They probably were short-staffed. Who knows? Well, she took to her TikTok. What are you guys going to do without TikTok? I don't think TikTok is going away, but we shall see. The 19th is looming. So take a look at what the worker posted on TikTok.
I really hope this stupid bitch has TikTok. I really hope I come up on your For You page, bitch. I hope you recognize me. It's not even 12 fucking hours into the new year, okay? It was approximately like 7 in the fucking morning. This lady's putting in her orders. This bitch doesn't know what she wants. She's over here ordering like 4 different sandwiches, changing the bread last minute, and we're doing it for her, right? But then it gets to a point where she does it so much that we're like, all right, man, if you want to like order another sandwich, you're gonna have to get back in line because you're backing up the entire line.
This is why context is so important, because the way that Jennifer Aydin made it seem as if she just asked for a simple sandwich, like she wasn't changing her order multiple times while she was up there.
People coming up to her, telling her what they want to order, and then she like, oh, can I also get this? Like, girl, that's not how that works, okay? That's like waiting in the bank and then somebody cuts you because their friend is there. So when we tell her no, and she starts tweaking. She's like, I'm a celebrity. I'm going to sue you guys. And she starts recording all of us. And she posts it. Oh, it's fun. Learn how to order.
She said, learn how to order. Look, some of the things that Jennifer Aydin said in her post, she also tagged Jersey Mike's as if she was trying to get the employees in trouble. We don't know if these employees need their job. I'm assuming everyone needs their job. But the fact that she was doing this all over the fact of a sandwich, you didn't love your service. We didn't see any of the workers cussing her out or being inappropriate. If anything, we saw them working, trying to fulfill the order. The only person that was even engaging with Jennifer Aydin were the other customers. But I honestly hope the fact that this young lady posted on her social media that this doesn't jeopardize her job. These employers do look at your social media, guys, before, after, and during your employment. So just keep that in mind. But I appreciate the young lady giving us her side of the situation. But I think we already kind of knew, based off of past behavior with Jennifer Aydin, that Jennifer Aydin is just a Karen. And like I said earlier today, I feel like Jennifer Aydin is just as bad, if not worse, than Ramona Singer from Real Housewives of New York. She might be worse. She might be worse. So that was your update in regards to the Jennifer Aydin Karen-esque behavior at Jersey Mike's. Okay. I want to move on so we can talk about Sharelle. Remember Sharelle Rosado from Selling Tampa. So apparently Sharelle is going to be on a new show. I think it's called like Wags to Riches or something like that. And literally one of the other young ladies, at least one of the other young ladies and Sharelle from Selling Tampa are going to be on it. And it's going to be on Netflix. She did an interview. Sharelle Rosado did an interview with Carlos King. All right. So I got a couple of clips that I want to show you. And honestly, after watching the clips, I'm looking at Sharelle a little differently. Also, I have some tea that I want to share that's now been deleted from the blog that originally posted this. And I'm like so mad that I didn't screenshot and save everything that they posted. But I remembered enough. But we will get back to you in a second. Okay. So let me just play for you a part of what Sharelle Rosado said in this Carlos King interview, okay, in regards to the cheating. Oh, let me just give you some back history for those that don't know. So Sharelle on social media posted and let us all know that her and Chad Ochocinco are no longer together. All right, so she had posted that, I don't know how many weeks ago at this particular point. She posted on social media that they were no longer together and to stop tagging her. Someone in the comment section said, oh, girl, I'm going to slide on into his DM. She's like, well, hopefully you won't catch nothing, which made us all think, wait, did you catch something? Well, according to Sharelle, she never caught an STD from Chad Ochocinco. However, based off this interview that Sharelle did, it seems as if she's open to reconciling with Chad Ochocinco and getting back with him. Okay, fine. Look, fine. So just to give you the background of what's been going on between these two. And I know a lot of people did not feel bad for Sharelle because a lot of people said that she cheated on her ex with Chad Ochocinco. She also talked about that in the new interview as well. Okay. Let me play a clip for you in regards to the cheating that Sharelle, the rumors of her cheating. So she says, because there was also another story that we did in regards to the cheating was caught on camera. She talked about that and denies that story.
Were together, it was a monogamous relationship. When we were together, it was a monogamous relationship.
When we were together, there was some, some going on, and I found out about it. Texting other women, I found out about it, and I was like, you know who I am? Like, I know who you are. I'm gonna respect what you have, but it is what it is, and nobody's perfect. I just feel like when things happen, be honest about it. Like, it shouldn't lead to that point of how I'm finding out. Yes, I went through the phone, and that's how I found out. But
okay, because word on the street is that you discovered Chad was cheating on you with home surveillance footage.
That's not true.
That's not true.
I went through the phone.
You went through his phone, and what did you see exactly?
Women, just women everywhere.
Like photo. Okay, so when you and
okay, let me just say something. So when I first saw that, before I even saw this story, or that she even did an interview with Carlos, before I even saw that, I saw that the Neighborhood Talk had posted receipts claiming that her own, I guess, social media manager confirmed in the DMs to them, because, they reached out to her when the story came out that she had caught Chad Ochocinco cheating on surveillance footage. Okay? Well, apparently in those DMs that the Neighborhood Talk had posted on his social media, they've now deleted because I can't find it. It could be there, but I went a couple of times. I think they've since deleted it. Because in their response, they said off the record, but they still posted this. I guess just to prove themselves, right? That you admitted to us, your social media manager through your account admitted to us that that's what he did. That they did in fact find out, allegedly, I'm going to say, because they've now deleted that post, But they posted the receipts of the conversation between the Neighborhood Talk and whoever runs Sharelle Rosado's Instagram. I'll be honest with you guys. Okay. I was sort of like, you sure this is someone representing Sharelle on her Instagram, or is it really Sharelle? But who knows? Whatever. So according to the Neighborhood Talk in their now deleted posts, they claim that whoever manages her social media admitted to them that she did in fact find out that he was cheating through surveillance footage, not through the phone. That's what the Neighborhood Talk reported. They've now deleted that post. I just want to emphasize that. However, Sharelle says in this interview, she was going through his phone and that's how she found out. Which do you believe? Well, wait, before you make any judgments. It looks like Sharelle might want to make up with Chad Ochocinco. I know, I didn't expect that. I didn't listen to the full interview. I can't. You already know why. But let me play this clip for you because it seems as if she's open to reconciling with Chad Ochocinco. She also talks about the rumor that she cheated on her ex to be with Chad. Let me tell you, after I watched this clip, I said, Sharelle, if there was any like or respect that I had for you, after watching this clip, I was like, oh. Because what we saw of her in Selling Tampa was something else. We saw her being a boss. I know we kind of side-eyed the fact that she's with Chad Ochocinco. She's having a baby with Chad Ochocinco. I was like, okay. But maybe he's grown up. Maybe he's matured. Apparently not. Because we have his response to what's been going on in regards to their relationship. Take a look at what she said on getting back with him.
I think the biggest thing with us, and who knows, maybe a year or two after therapy, whatever. We're both in therapy.
Together or separately?
Separately.
Okay.
He may bring us back together. You never know. Because he's a great guy. Chad is an amazing person. Like, out of my relationships, he's probably the best I've been with. On a serious note, like, he's very supportive. He has.
How bad are the men that you've been with that Chad Ochocinco is the best man that you've been with? Look, I don't know the man, but this is the best man. Okay.
Done a lot to help me. Of course, you know, I had my own coming into this relationship, but he took it to a whole nother level. Some people I snap back on are the ones, well, you cheated on your ex-husband for him. Like, y'all don't know my story. Y'all don't know what happened. We weren't married. He married me after I stepped out with Chad because he didn't want to lose me. So
he married you after you stepped out with Chad. You had a choice in that decision too, as well, madam. It's not like you had no choice. He married you after you still decided to marry him as well. You're not completely innocent here. Okay.
So let's talk about that. You were in a relationship prior to meeting Chad.
Yeah,
you were
with my son's father.
With your son's father, and you cheated on your son's father with Chad.
Yes.
You stepped outside of the relationship.
It was done. Like, I went through so much with him. It was a lot. And it was to a point where I was like, whatever. Like, we were building a house and everything. We were not married, but we were together for 6 years. So, but it was so much after when you're getting cheated on constantly and you're staying there, like, you pregnant and they're not there. They're out with their ex. It was so much going.
Okay, some might say the fact that her ex cheated on her multiple times might given her a right to cheat on him. Or she could have just left him. Okay.
In that relationship, and I finally had enough. I was like, I'm just gonna do me.
Did Chad approach you knowing you were in this relationship?
I approached Chad. Actually, this is what I did. I was laying on the couch because I was pissed off, and
for those that are just joining us, now you can see where I'm starting to look at Sharelle like, oh, this is who you are? Oh, it's making sense now.
We had just got to arguing, and it was that Sunday, and I sent heart eyes because I was watching his story. I sent heart eyes, and he responded right back. And
I bet he did.
Chad has always been my celebrity crush.
Really?
Yes.
For like years.
Years. He was my favorite athlete. He's always been like, I I have never felt a way about a man the way that I feel about Chad. It's not about, I feel like both of us.
So this is saying to me that more than likely we're going to see Sharelle and Chad get back together because he still wants to be back with her. His response recently isn't his first response. He clearly wants to get back with her. And it seems as if now she's warming up to getting back with him. The fact that he has cheated on multiple women that he's been with says to me that he's not going to stop. And I'm not one to believe that once a cheater, always a cheater. I think if you see a pattern of behavior, you should pay attention to that pattern of behavior. SW says, OMG groupie. Jen says, I'm embarrassed for her. So you're understanding, as I'm watching this clip, I'm like, again, because if you watched her in Selling Tampa, we saw her as a boss. We didn't see her in regards, we knew she was in a relationship, but we didn't see her in this way. Okay.
We need healing. And it's not just from relationship. It's from, childhood trauma, all that. So I feel like for us, if we do decide to give it another try, let's come back better. I don't want to just come back in a relationship without and still having all these scars and like, oh, you like memories. You did this, you did that. And he's like, you did this, you act like this. I want us to be healed if we do decide to get back together.
Are you and Chad still intimate?
No, we ain't getting none of this.
It sounds like he could, though. It sounds like he could. Ugh, I hate this for you, but maybe she did this in order to promote what's to come on this new Netflix reality series that she's going to be a part of. I hate this for you. Especially like she has her own brokerage. She's a veteran from the Army. I thought you were a lot brighter than this. But it sounds like she had always had this big crush on him. You do understand there are plenty of men that look like Chad Ochocinco that you could be with. He's okay. Well, according to him, he has a response. Let me play Chad Ochocinco's response because apparently he feels as if he is very special. Okay. This is what Chad had to say in response to the things that have been going on with Sharelle.
Breaking with that beautiful girl. Have you seen me? Look at me. Like, huh? She left this. Look at this. This is me. Look at this. The fucking chocolate. Beef chocolate. This is not any kind of. This is really Wonka chocolate. She left this. Thank you, Mom. She left me when I'm in my season too. You hear me? Rico?
She left me when I'm in my season. What season is that? Look. Okay.
You in your season?
I'm in my season.
Not like they don't have. Man, don't. You ain't got, man. Listen.
Yeah, I'm in my season.
Let me play this again.
Breaking with that beautiful girl. Have you seen me? Look at me. Like, huh? She left this. Look at this. This is me. Look at this. The fucking chocolate. Beef chocolate. This is not any kind of. This is really Wonka chocolate. She left this. Thank you, Mom. She left me. She left me when I'm in my season too. You hear me? Rico?
She left you when you in your season?
I'm in my season.
Not like they don't have. Man, don't. You ain't got, man. Listen.
Yeah, I'm in my season.
He is in his season, y'all. She left him in his season. But just the other day, he was in her comment section flirting with her. So don't be surprised if you see that these two get back together. This is a reminder to those of you that have friends that are in very similar situations. And you're like, I left that man. I'm done with him. Before you say, girl, I never liked him. Please understand there is always the possibility of that said friend getting back with that man, and now they know exactly how you feel about that man. Now they know exactly how they feel. Exactly. Danielle says, your season was over when the NFL dropped you and your antics. That's what I was thinking, Danielle, and I don't even know football like that. Not to say that he's hurting. He's doing very well. He has other things going on. But your season, I'm like, okay. All right. Oh, damn. Danielle said they'll be together on Valentine's Day. Probably. So that's your update on the goings-ons between Sharelle Rosado and Chad Ochocinco. I think they will get back together. They do share a child together. They were engaged. But we have to also remember this particular part. No matter how you feel about Evelyn Lozada from Basketball Wives, I know they favor each other, her and Sharelle. Remember what she accused Chad Ochocinco of? Abuse. So that's still in the back of my mind as well. But okay, fine. Just wanted to give you an update. I have some more. I have an update in regards to Jay-Z. I have an update in regards to Diddy. But before we get to that, guys, don't forget, the Kempire After Dark live experience is returning to Washington, D.C. on Friday, January 24th at Union Stage. If you enjoy Hot Topics, Real Housewives, in a mix of a bunch of other stuff, and you'll have an opportunity to drop tea, ask questions, and find out a lot more about what's been going on, the things that I wanted to talk about, but I don't talk about here. So get your tickets today for the Kempire After Dark live experience coming to Washington, D.C. again on Friday, January 24th, 2025. Ticket information is available in the description. Meet and greets are available. New York City, we will be returning to the Green Room 42 for the Kempire After Dark live experience on Friday, February 21st. Go get your tickets for that. But if you're international or if you're in another city and you want to experience the Kempire After Dark live experience, get your live stream tickets. Those are available. That is a separate link. More information on that will be available in the description. Guys, as always, don't forget to like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications so you don't miss out on anything that's going on here. Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year. JRTs, thank you so much for the super chat. Predicting King Kemp gets 1 million subs in 2025. Thank you. I like that prediction. Are you psychic? Are you psychic or are you a physic, as you know, Sean Carter would say? Thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate your support, guys. You can also support the channel just by liking the video. You can also support the channel by thanking our King's Guards for being here. They're always here holding us down on TikTok, on YouTube. We appreciate them. And they also hold us down in the comment section. Okay. Yep, I said it. Said Morris Chestnut is a pretty chocolate. Ocho is not cute. I'm not going to say that Ochocinco is not cute. I'm not going to say that. He is definitely good looking, but I also feel like there are plenty of the other guys, regular guys, that you see that look good, if not better than him. Speaking of Morris Chestnut, I'm watching season 2 of Reasonable Doubt. I watched season 1. Fantastic. Thank you guys for the recommendation. I'm watching season 2. I'll get back to you on my thoughts. Because I really love season 1. Season 2 is starting a little slow for me. You guys will let me know if you felt the same way. But it's still interesting. So I'm watching that. But that's a perfect segue to talk about Jay-Z, because Reasonable Doubt is based off the name of his, it was an album, right? And the episodes are named after songs from him. All right. Let me give you an update in regards to Jay-Z's situation. So you may recall that Jay-Z has been trying to get this lawsuit, which was initially filed in October. And then it was refiled and it added his name. Accused Jay-Z and Sean Diddy Combs of R-ing a 13-year-old girl. The now woman says there are many inconsistencies in her story, but still says that Jay-Z and Sean Diddy Combs did this to her. Jay-Z's attorney has spoken to the media, says that Jay-Z and Sean Diddy Combs are not friends like that. They're not close friends like that. You know, they're in the same industry. So that's part of the reason why we see them all the time together. And I said to you, I don't think you should have said that, because there are thousands of photos, well, allegedly, a lot of photos of Jay-Z and Diddy together and friendly, and interviews where they're very friendly. Dare I say there are more photos with Jay-Z and Sean Diddy Combs than with Jay-Z and his own wife. Okay? Today's Morris Chestnut's birthday. Happy birthday. Shout out to Morris Chestnut and anyone else celebrating a birthday. Okay? I appreciate JRT said, I'm not a psychic, King Camp. Just wanted to speak it into existence for you, fam. I appreciate that. We can co-create that together. 1 million subscribers for 2025. And it's done. Okay? Anyways. So in regards to this Jay-Z situation, so as you know, Jay-Z had a recent legal loss. Part of that legal loss was he wanted this Jane Doe in this lawsuit's name to be revealed. However, the judge over the case, Judge Torres, said, no, at this particular point, there's no reason to reveal her name, but she's willing to revisit it later on. She also scolded Jay-Z's legal team for frivolous motions. She actually called them combative. And she says that you're wasting judicial resources. Also, you're not helping your client. So you may have seen that Jay-Z also is trying to get this case dismissed over some technicalities. So I want to cover that first before. Well, actually, I'm just going to let you guys know this. Jay-Z's attorneys were granted permission to file a dismissal motion in this case. So some people don't read, okay? They kind of like see a headline and they jump to conclusion. The case has not been dismissed. The judge has given permission for them to file for the dismissal. So this is just, procedure, okay? Legal procedure. So our friends over at Ball Alert say Jay-Z's legal team has scored a small victory. Not really, okay? Because this is just things that happen. With the judge presiding over his assault case, now allowing his attorney to file a dismissal request. Court reporter Megan Cuniff shared court documents confirming that Judge Annalisa Torres granted lawyer Alex Spiro's request to submit a motion to dismiss. This decision marks a shift for Torres, who had previously expressed concerns that Jay-Z's defense team was attempting to dismiss the lawsuit without proper due diligence. She also didn't love the fact that Jay-Z's legal team felt like they were telling the court what to do. Like, we need to have an emergency hearing. She's like, no. Honestly, I don't think it's necessarily that they don't feel that Jay-Z has valid concerns. I think at this particular point, they wanted to let him know, you might be able to tell people what to do in your everyday life, but you're not going to tell this court what to do. So just days ago, Judge Torres, as you know, rejected Jay-Z's bid to dismiss, which accuses him of S.A.ing a 13-year-old girl back in 2000 alongside music mogul Diddy. Despite the setback, the latest ruling permits Spiro to formally file a motion to have the case dropped, signaling a potential shift in the legal proceedings. The victim's attorney, Tony Busby, opposed the filing of the motion, submitting a letter on New Year's Eve to express his objections. While this latest development does not guarantee the case will be dismissed, it marks a positive step for Jay-Z's legal team as they continue to fight the allegations. The motion to dismiss the case is due by February 6th, and its outcome will closely be watched as both sides prepare for the next phase of this high-profile legal battle. So as you know, Jay-Z and Tony Busby have been going back and forth on, well, mostly Jay-Z on social media. Tony Busby has really kept it in court, and he said that's what he was going to do. But for the very first time, Jay-Z has been using the Roc Nation account because he doesn't have his own. He could have his own. We saw Meghan Markle launch, come back to Instagram with her own account. But he's been using Roc Nation's account to kind of come at Tony Busby and the fake psychics is what he meant. I thought to myself, though, if I was managed by Roc Nation or signed to Roc Nation and I saw my CEO using the business account the way that Jay-Z's been using the business account, we should note that Tony Busby is suing Roc Nation as well. But I, as an artist, Normani, because a lot of people say, Roc Nation has dropped the ball because, they manage Normani. Like, what are you doing? You're focused on the wrong thing. Stop using the business account for your own personal vendetta. Okay. But let me give you this other update, okay? Tony Busby. So Tony Busby's latest court filing, this is from our friends over at hotnewhiphop.com. They said Tony Busby's latest court motion in Jay-Z's SA case, according to an exclusive All Hip Hop report, responds to Hove's attempts to dismiss the lawsuit from Busby's anonymous client. Moreover, the attorney claims that the Brooklyn rap mogul has a misguided legal strategy, is trying to move too fast with his claims, and will suffer the repercussions of not following the law to its fullest extent and intent. For example, one of the Rockefeller boss's arguments is that Jane Doe's accusations can't be relevant because they allege the incident in September of 2000, 3 months before the creation of the New York City Victims of Gender-Motivated Violence Protection Act. So you may recall one of the things that Jay-Z's legal team has been doing, they wanted to get this dismissed immediately due to some technicalities. One of those technicalities was that the New York City Victims of Gender-Motivated Violence Protection Act are for victims from December of 2000 and on. They're saying that this incident, if it did happen, happened 3 months before that. I know what you're thinking, but lawyers got to try everything, okay? However, Tony Busby argues that Jay-Z missed the point of the Protection Act to begin with, as a part of its purpose in its sidestep typical obstacles such as statute of limitations, even before its application as law. In addition, the lawyer also dismissed Jay-Z's focus on rulings from lower courts, such as the Second Circuit of New York Court of Appeals, as neither provided strong rulings on the Protection Act's retroactivity and thus cannot prevent the case from moving forward. This is where legal stuff gets interesting, because I feel like Tony Busby has a point. The whole point of that law is to talk about how statute of limitations should not be important here. The victims should be important. Damn, Jay-Z, that doesn't even look good for you. But I get it. I get it from his attorney's side that they have to find any way to kind of get this dismissed as soon as possible. But Tony Busby came back with a, you got a point, Tony. Okay. So another one of Jay-Z's arguments is that the Child Victims Act preempts overlapping statutes and supersedes the Protection Act itself. So the SA lawsuit should still face dismissal due to the time constraints and due to the statute of limitations. It says this: local anti-discrimination laws are generally not preempted by state law in New York. Tony Busby reportedly argued in his latest legal filing, positioning that the court precedent does not favor preemption. Finally, the attorney's last point against Hove concerns the latter's argument around geography. So remember, that was the other argument that Jay-Z had, saying that based off of the description of what the victim is saying, the alleged victim is saying, that, first of all, if there were buildings of this setup and a driveway of this setup, that would be out of New York City. So they were saying the location of the incident would also be another technicality to get this case dismissed. So Tony Busby has a response for that, though. Okay? So finally, the attorney's last point against Hove concerns the latter's argument about geography. Since he claims that the supposed assault that the anonymous accuser is alleging happened outside of New York City, then he believes Busby has no right to sue under the Protection Act. This just seems so bad. Nevertheless, Tony Busby argued that Jay-Z made this point too early and did not even allow for a discovery process to determine this discrepancy. As you may know, the court allowed the suit to proceed recently, which means we will presumably get the answer to many of these questions and disagreements. I just want to say this, and this is not me twerking on the fence. I'm just giving you both sides. Okay, it is me twerking on the fence. I just want to give you both sides. Because on some level, an attorney, a defense attorney, Jay-Z's attorney, has to try and find every way possible to get this dismissed. The longer that this plays out in the court, it plays out in the media. So what Jay-Z's trying to do, and why the judge accused his attorneys of combative motions, they're just like, it's too much. It's because his legal team is trying to get this out of the news cycle. Look, we're how many weeks later? I was in London when this news story broke. We're going on a month. And that is really bad for Jay-Z. And I'm sure even bad for his Virgo wife, Beyonce. She's probably like, is it done yet? Have you resolved this issue? I have an announcement on January 14th. Get this out of the headlines. You get this out of the headlines, Beyonce said. Okay. And I think that's part of what's motivated Alex Spiro for doing what he's been doing, but only for him to be reprimanded by the court saying, stop it. This is not helping your client. But Jay-Z did have a little bit of a legal win. It's not really a legal win. It's really just formality. He has now permission from the court to file the motion to have this case dismissed. We shall see if it's granted. You have to stay tuned to the channel if you like these updates. Make sure you're subscribed. And don't forget to like the video if you haven't liked it already. All right. So as you know, all of this stems from Sean Diddy Combs. All of this stems from Shorty Diddy Combs. You know, the once friend, maybe not friend, who knows, of Jay-Z. Well, apparently today it was announced that there is a documentary coming. But before we get to that, I did find this other story that I thought that you might find interesting because, you know, we haven't talked about Diddy maybe in like a couple of days. No, we talked about Diddy yesterday. Oh, God. Sorry, y'all. All right. So this comes from the New York Post, and they say this. Accused R rapper. Damn, they called him the R-ist rapper. Like, you fill in the blank what I'm trying to say there. R. Rapper Sean Diddy Combs hired men to patrol his parties and recruit young women for intimate time with him, claiming it was, quote, an honor to be asked, a targeted woman told the Post. On the surface, Diddy's 2004 white party in the Hamptons was for a good cause. The mogul teamed up with Sony for a Vote or Die theme on the 4th of July, focusing on mobilizing minority voters for the election. Diddy made a grand entrance by helicopter. Aretha Franklin was there. Why y'all gotta bring the late Aretha into this? She just went, attended, and left, okay? Along with Reverend Al Sharpton, Mary J. Blige, Lennox Lewis, LL Cool J, and Paris Hilton. But beneath the wholesome veneer, something sinister was allegedly happening. Diddy had people working the party to satisfy his sexual urges, according to one attendee. So as the soiree kicked into high gear, a small team of men fanned out, approaching attractive young women and propositioning them to have personal time with Diddy after the event wound down. That's when Aretha left. I just want to add that. I got you, Aretha. Even from the grave, I got you, Aretha. Aretha left the party, okay? I don't know about the other people, but Aretha left with her purse in hand. She had a purse the entire time. You remember Aretha? Aretha would go out on stage with her purse like somebody was going to take her money. I don't blame her, though. Okay. All right. So, this is from an alleged source that the Post identified her only as Lisa. So Lisa said, I was there because my husband worked for Sony. I was talking to another woman and this guy came up out of nowhere. He said, hey, Diddy saw you guys and wants to know if you want to hang out after this is all done. I didn't really know what to say. Lisa, who showed the Post photos from the event, said that she was initially flattered at the request, but then taken aback when she realized what was being asked. He tried to convince me that it was an honor to be asked and then said that it would be an intimate time. Ew. Mind you, she's a married woman. This was my clue that I wasn't being asked to just hang out. So I said, my husband would love to meet Diddy, Lisa said. And he was like, what husband? Who is he? So I pointed him out and the guy rolled his eyes and said, never mind. But my friend said yes and went with him and a bunch of other people back to his mansion. She never really talked about it afterwards, but just would say that she shouldn't have gone. It wasn't a good experience for her. So your friend still went even though they said intimate time? I know she probably was single, but okay. It's not clear whether the intimate time being alleged peddled at the 2004 white party involved a freak-off-esque party. However, Diddy's wild parties often coincided with some of his biggest star-studded parties at the height of his fame. Several of the parties, freak-off parties, took place after major events, hours after major events. According to a trove of video files and documents reviewed. Oh, so remember when the Post, they actually have seen footage of the freak-off parties. So lawyers for Diddy did not return the post request for comment. Lisa accounts resemble some of the accusations of former Diddy employee Philip Pines, who alleged that the debauchery was still going on from 2019 to 2021, when he says that he was tasked with procuring supplies to feed the star's sexual habits. According to Pines' lawsuit, which was first obtained by TMZ, he had to set up parties his boss called Wild King Nights. Oh, this is a new name. Wild King Nights. Please understand, I don't have those kind of parties. No. Which would involve multiple women and sometimes last for days. Days? And remember, they also alleged in some of these other lawsuits, I don't remember which lawsuits mentioned it, Diddy wouldn't necessarily be there for days, but he had cameras allegedly and would watch. Like he was probably at the, another music event. Maybe he was at the making of the band taping, and he would have video footage of what was happening on his whatever device. Okay. His duties included prepping the hotel rooms with red lights, as well as alcohol, marijuana, baby oil, towels, and other illegal drugs, according to the lawsuit. The lawsuit alleges that Pines was responsible for procuring power banger sex machines and a $1,100 motorized S-toy equipped with multiple things, varying sizes and shapes. See, so for those that come into the Washington, D.C. show or the New York City Kempire After Dark show, there I'll be able to talk about it and say the things that I'm reading right now. What? It's $1,100. It's not that expensive for a Diddy. That's like 2 cents. A motorized toy. Look. Toy. All kinds of shapes and sizes. Really? Pines claims he also had to remove any evidence of those drugs and toys, as well as clean up stains, from bodily fluids. I hope they paid him well. He claimed that he would leave a big tip after, there we go. He claimed he would leave a big tip after checking out of the hotels to appease the housekeeping staff, according to the report. Pines is suing Combs for sexual battery, sexual harassment, and trafficking, according to the lawsuit. Combs was arrested, as you know, in September on charges of trafficking and racketeering, and has been denied bail 3 times. He's now since he's decided he's not going to make an effort before his trial on May 5th to get bail again. The last thing that we reported on Sean Diddy Combs was that he wasn't leaving his cell to respond to these other civil lawsuits. This was in court documents. We also heard that he had a meltdown, allegedly. His team are denying that he had a meltdown. He's staying strong in jail. But allegedly, they said that he had a meltdown in jail over the holidays because he thought he would be gone out of the holidays and had to do all kinds of deep breathing exercises in order to calm himself down, allegedly. Combs' legal team told TMZ no matter how many lawsuits are filed, it won't change the fact that Mr. Combs has never sexually assaulted or trafficked anyone, man or woman, adult or minor. At this particular point, I could recite that without looking. For Lisa, the lawsuits and criminal charges come as no surprise. Remember, Lisa was the one saying that she attended this party. Okay? And she says that she never regretted her decision to turn him down. She says, I hear about all these stories and it freaks me out. That could have been me. Thank God it wasn't. Yeah, Lisa. Thank God it wasn't. All right. Kriya, thank you so much for the super chat. Kriya says, Chad and Rel, they are supposed to get married in February. Her workout videos are extremely thirsty. What, Kriya? I mean, I don't see at this particular point, they're not together, but she basically says that she's open to possibly getting back with him after they seek therapy. All right. So the Hollywood Reporter is reporting to us in regards to this new Diddy documentary. And this is not the documentary that 50 Cent is working on with Netflix. There are quite a few documentaries that are coming out. As I'm not even sure, because I've heard of at least 2 other ones that other than 50 Cent. So it makes me wonder which one this is. So the Hollywood Reporter says, as seen in the first trailer below, you'll have to watch it on the Hollywood Reporter, Diddy, the making of a bad boy, tells the story of Sean Combs' early years and his decade-long transformation to Puffy and then to Diddy, with crucial insight into the forces that shaped the man and may have made him a monster. It sheds light on his childhood, rise to fame, and recent criminal allegations, challenging viewers to rethink everything they thought they knew about the mogul behind the music and the mugshot. What mugshot? We haven't seen a mugshot. And the mugshot that's going around, that's AI. That's not real. Maybe they found a mugshot because they had to take a mugshot of him. The special features new interviews with Diddy insiders, such as childhood friend, a former bodyguard, and a making of the band Winner. Also, singer-songwriter producer Al B. Sure. Al B. Sure is also supposed to be in the 50 Cent documentary. And they say that Al B. Sure speaks out for the first time. Shore was Diddy's label mate at Uptown Records and in a relationship with Kim Porter before she began dating Diddy. The special also includes never-before-seen footage of Diddy partying at home and in the studio. Sean Combs is a monster, declares attorney Lisa Bloom, who's representing Dawn Richard in a civil case against Diddy. You remember Dawn from Danny the Kane and Diddy Dirty Money. I've been with Sean for quite a while, and I've captured a lot of moments, says one identified insider. Anytime a studio or any room is lit with red lighting, he's making love, sex. Some of the girls who were in the room, for sure, they were underage. They said that they would ship. They said they could ship me off and sell me to anyone, adds an unidentified woman. The 90-minute documentary, Diddy, The Making of a Bad Boy, streams on Peacock on January 14th, the same day that Beyonce is going to announce something. I think it's a tour. The 55-year-old Diddy is currently, as you know, awaiting trial behind bars at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, New York, along with Luigi Maggioni. They said that they're not even in the same unit. I think people were reporting that they were hanging out. No, they're not even in the same unit. As you also know, he is the subject of more than 25 lawsuits related to accusations of sexual misconduct. As you also know, that Tony Busby claims that he has over 120 Diddy victims. He hasn't filed all of those lawsuits just yet. All right. That is your Diddy update, y'all. That was your Diddy update. And that was your Jay-Z update. That was your Chad Ochocinco and Sharelle Rosado update. We even gave you a Real Housewives of New Jersey, a Jennifer Aydin update. We covered a lot. If you haven't already, be sure to like the video. It's easy and it's free. Shout out to everyone watching on multiple platforms. Don't forget, you can hear an audio version of our live recaps and special episodes on the Kempire podcast. Subscribe today, and while you're there, don't forget to give us a 5-star rating. 5 stars. All right. Uh-oh, Mama Allie had to tell you guys to keep it cute in the chat. What are you guys saying? I don't even want to know. I don't want to know. Oh, damn. Funky says, or her divorce. Beyonce, she's not announcing her divorce. She's not leaving Jay-Z just yet. Not just yet. You know what I thought to myself? Because a lot of people are saying that they predict that Beyonce is going to be separating herself from Jay-Z. And there was speculation that she dropped Carter from her, like, a name. I don't know if that's true, but it will be interesting to see Beyonce's behavior in 2025. And I think it would be important for Beyonce to do one sit-down interview. Not to talk about the Jay-Z accusations or anything like that, but I think it's important for Beyonce to connect more with fans and the audience. So if we see it, someone come back to this video, I think it's important for Beyonce to sit down for an intimate interview, talking about maybe her projects, talking about I think that would be a good distraction from what's going on with Jay-Z, and if she decides to start separating herself. Okay. But we shall see. We shall see. We shall see. Okay. I think, first of all, I think that'd be great for her brand in general. Even separate from Jay-Z, I think the fact she's become so separate from the world, and it would be different if she wasn't trying to market hair care and all these other things outside of music. I think it's part of the reason why those things don't connect with fans, because fans don't feel connected to Beyonce in that way. My personal thought, all right? Miranda says she's not leaving that man. Not yet. Austin says, yes, I'm watching Beyonce to see where her energy is. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Tarsha, there we go. She says she's gonna stick by him. I mean, she is currently. And I don't fall for them showing up on the red carpet for Mufasa as a way of her sticking by him. I think that was all planned ahead. I think a lot of people are going to have conspiracy theories on that, but a lot of these things that you see them doing now are talked about months in advance. Okay? But we shall see. We shall see. Guys, if you haven't liked the video already, we're almost at 700 likes. Be sure to like the video. I appreciate 1,800 of you guys being here and 200 and something of you on Twitch and Twitter, and quite a few of you watching here on TikTok. We appreciate you guys being here. Don't forget to keep liking TikTok. Those of you watching on YouTube, like the video. Watching on Facebook, like the video as well. Thank you to our King's Guards. Thank you to our channel members. Thank you to our subscribers. We appreciate you guys. We will be adding the timestamps. We just added the timestamps to earlier's live. If you missed it, go check out that video. We had some more hot topics that we covered. And I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you all for being here. Okay? Bye, everyone. Bye.
Here we go now.